Assassin's Creed Shadows and Snow White the movie have hit the market, and I want to talk about it real quick, and I'm gonna be somewhat quick because I am sick. Jesus. But I'm not gonna do it the way everyone does it, which is basically, I don't know, teabagging them into oblivion, even though I will do that, but I want to talk about something which I think is way more important. Let's start with Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, the movie, the one in 2020. Do you remember it? Do you remember how Sonic the Hedgehog looked? Do you remember it? With his appearance with those very human-like teeth and that Slenderman appearance, which was very disturbing and terrifying. Yeah, I think you might remember it. If not, I'm gonna show you on screen right now. But it's safe to say it looked very not good, I'm gonna say. It looked like ass, okay? And because the people that wanted to watch the movie and people in general that, you know, they saw the trailer, they saw how dopey he looked, and they were so displeased with the fact that he looked so terrifying and dopey at the same time. Well, they gave the studio their opinions. The studio was maybe contemplating whether or not they should actually, you know, rework Sonic and the way he looked, because they might end up losing a lot of money, and thus they gave us, you know, the old Sonic, I would say, which looks way better. Moving on. But now, let's look at Assassin's Creed Shadows. You know, one thing that I did not know about Assassin's Creed Shadows was the fact that there were the DI implication of, ooh, a black samurai, you know, a female assassin, although I think there were female assassins back in the day, but besides the point. However, I did not know they will play the gay card and lesbian card, which is really, I mean, it's DI enough. Do you really got to one-up yourself? Really? But this is just something very minor, you know? I mean, I watched a video from Asmongold, which is actually from 6 hours ago. It's called Ubisoft is planning to split up after AC Shadows. Now, I don't know if that's true, but you should go watch it because it's very interesting. But here's the thing that I do not get. Why oh why would Ubisoft double down so hard on AC Shadows to the point where, I don't know if you heard this, but apparently they gave some VTuber the chance to play it early and to stream it, right? So what did the VTuber do? Well, the VTuber showed up exactly at the hour that was specified to play the game, and that VTuber got banned because Ubisoft did not read the date and time correctly and thought, you know, that VTuber was misbehaving and was backstabbing them. You heard that right. You know, they do this, then they made a post where they were celebrating, oh, would you look at that, 1 million copies, even though they need to sell like 6.8, 8.2 million copies to make profit or to break even. Yeah, interesting. And one thing to keep in mind, you have, what's it called, Xbox Game Pass, EA Game Pass, Ubisoft's own Game Pass, you know, it's kind of like, really? You know, most of them are not gonna pay $70 for that heap of junk. Jesus. And what's the point of this? Well, they doubled down on everything, you know. Even their investors were kind of putting pressure on them to make the game good. But here's the thing, if you wanted to make the game good, you would have listened to your fans. You would have not have... Jesus, I cannot speak. You wouldn't have been so stubborn about it. Which prompts me into our last example, Disney, Snow White. And the trailer has got 63k likes and 1.8 million dislikes. Oh my god, this is amazing. And yeah, just for reference, Assassin's Creed Shadows launch trailer, it's 5.1k likes to 4.5k dislikes, which is still pretty bad, but it's fine, I guess. Why was this movie so bad? Well, some would argue, you know, about the little people problem, because the backlash, because people said, hey, do not hire small, you know, people to play the dwarfs. But even though, you know, I mean, why not? Yeah, on this one I don't really get it, but I'm gonna stick my hand up and say maybe it's me. But never mind that, they use the worst CGI. It's, again, I really don't understand why do people do such things. And Rachel Zegler is so annoying. I mean, in every single interview she was, preaching about the fact that, oh, this is not gonna be your average Snow White, this is gonna be a story about Snow White, the badass, bitch-ass girl boss that she is. Which is interesting, a movie made for basically children, and most of them are, little girls. And you want to teach them to be, girl bosses? Okay. I don't know what else to say. But again, you see this on December the 3rd, 2024. 63k likes, 1.8 million dislikes. Now, I will admit some of it might be forced, but most of it, is justified. And again, they did not do anything to fix it, Let's go back to the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Look at that face. What a nice face, And then look at what they were gonna do initially for Sonic. Look at that thing. They received a lot of backlash, a lot of criticism, and they said, you know what, I actually want to make a profit, with this movie, so let's go and fix it, because I feel like we're gonna lose a lot of money if we don't. And then you have Assassin's Creed Shadows and Snow White. No, they did not want to change anything. And what did they get? A lot of backlash, a lot of money lost. But here's the thing that I actually wanted to talk about. They might not actually care about it all that much, because to be honest, to me, this looks like a war, They are just trying to, recruit as many woke DI people as they can. Even if they offend half of the planet in the process, which is something that I will never ever understand, Especially with Snow White, you take a story which is meant for children, and it's in the name, Snow White, and she's supposed to be beautiful, and you put Rachel Zegler. I mean, I don't care if Asmongold thinks that she's pretty. No, to me she's not pretty. Especially when you put her next to Gal Gadot, and Gal Gadot is the evil queen. I mean, oh my god. It's clear that they just want to send a message, they do not want to make a good movie. And to be honest, I would have said the same about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Again, they want to send a message, not give you a good game. But at least from what I see, the game is somewhat okay, even though I'm gonna show you some clips throughout this video to prove to you that it might not be all that great. And if you haven't played it for 2 hours, maybe refund it and play it, I don't know, on Xbox Game Pass, because this is not worth it, to be honest. It's basically Far Cry 3 with better graphics. You don't have that many ranged weapons, and that's it. Oh, and you have a base builder, which is why it's Assassin's Creed. Why? What's the point of it? And to be honest, that's kind of it. I'm just so astonished at the fact that so many people, in power, are willing to lose so much money just to virtue signal, just to, try and send a stupid message. I just don't get it, to be honest. I mean, really, Sonic the Hedgehog was gonna be, a shite movie. But they realized the fact that no one likes it, no one likes the way that Sonic looks, right? And they fixed it. With Snow White, no, they still left Rachel Zegler in it. So to me, it's kind of clear that, you don't really care. You just want to make a movie where you basically just try and send a message and brainwash as many people as you can, because in your mind, in your deluded mind, that's actually worth it, even though it's not. And to be honest, this is kind of the case with Hollywood. I mean, you look at so many movies that are crap, so many TV series that are crap, that are coming from Hollywood, Netflix or whatever, and you see that they're gonna bomb, they're not gonna make any money whatsoever. You see the fact that they cost, $50 million, $100 million to make, and you sit there and you wonder, man, you took such a big pile of cash and you turned it into such trash that I cannot even put into words. Why? And you look at them and most of them are not even bothered, at the fact that they lost so much money. Maybe because they have slimy ways of making that money back? I don't know, but to me, yeah, it's just annoying to see companies like Ubisoft and Disney not give a fuck about their fan base, right? not even their investors in some cases. Although with Ubisoft at least, you know, they took their advice and their stock is somewhat up, even though, yeah, it's somewhat up if you look at, I don't know, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, but if you look at more than that, not really. But yeah, I just don't get it. Why are you willing to be so stubborn, to lose so much money, to lose your fan base, to lose your reputation, just to send a stupid message? I really don't get it. And at the end of the day, it even hurts the people that you are trying to advocate for, right? Because you're making a pile of junk and you say, look at this amazing video game. It's inspired by these people. You know, if I were one of them, I would be like, bitch, don't even try to associate with me, okay? You made such a huge pile of trash. Don't even try, you know? Don't even try. Get lost, get away from me. You know, it's... yeah, it's just annoying. So, what did you think? Because I'm really annoyed at this point and I'm too sick to continue ranting. Please give me your opinion in the comments below, because I'm curious if I'm right or wrong, even though I know I'm right on this one, because, again, would you be willing to lose a lot of money just to try and send a message that no one is going to accept? I mean, come on. Cut your losses, move on, stop being so childish. But what do I know? Maybe nothing. So, in the end, I can only wish you a good day, good night, good morning. I'm gonna make myself another soup because I feel like a yes. Sending you smooches and goodbye, my dear.